Hello everyone, it's me Awan, and today welcome back to another paper. But before we go to this new paper, here's the question with the answer that we didn't manage to solve last time and we can solve now. So here it says the numbers in each rectangle represents its corresponding areas. Find the area of the rectangle labeled letter X. Again, the sides have to be common factors. So let's just say we have 5 and 1. Somehow this only works once you get because again the figure doesn't have to be how you show it. So the length here, it looks like the width. So you can put 5 on the side here for 3. And 5 divided by 3 is 0.6. 5 divided by 1 is 5, so the 1 goes there and the 7 goes on the side of X. 0.6 times 7 is 4.2, so therefore the answer is gamma. Now we're going to the paper of 2017, and it's for 5th and 6th grade again. It's the 18th Cyprus Mathematical Olympiad. And before we start, please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell for more videos like these, because I really appreciate all of the support so far. So please keep it going, and I'm making new videos every day. So let us continue. Question number 1. The following prices are listed in an ice cream shop. So a cone is €0.48, basically 48 cents. An ice cream scoop is 73 cents. Nick bought for himself a cone with 2 scoops of ice cream and a cone with a scoop of ice cream for each of his 2 friends and gave €10. What is the amount of change he will receive? Okay, so basically that means there were 3 cones. He spent it on 3 cones. He had his cone and the 2 cones for his friends. So basically 48 times 3, that's 144. And now Nick had 2 ice cream scoops for himself and 1 for each of his friends. So basically that's 4 in total. So an ice cream scoop is 73 cents. So 73 times 4 is 292. We add the 2 prices together to get €4.36. So that's how much Nick pays in total. Now we have to do 10 euros minus €4.36, so we can find the amount of change the seller is going to give Nick. So we do this. And we get €5.64, therefore the answer is eta. How many different routes can you find in order to move from A to B if you can't move in the opposite to the arrow's direction? So what you do is that when you look at A, you just follow the arrows. So we have a 1 path. So we go this way. Easy, right? And we follow the path. And then you could go this way too. However, now we can make a merge between both roads. Like, let's say we do this. That also works. And let's say we do this. That also works. We have 4. And the last final path is that we can do this. And then after that you can't find any more paths. So basically there's just 1 path where you directly go down. There's two normal paths like that. And then there's this one path, and then there is and then you just merge between the 2 paths. Basically you get 2 paths, 2 normal paths, merge between them, and you get 5 different options. So the answer is delta. A ship began its journey at 8 a.m. and arrived at its destination 800 minutes later. What time did it reach its destination? Basically, an hour 60 minutes. So first we can find how many hours had passed. When you do 800 divided by 60, you can cancel the 2 zeros. 80 divided by 6. That would become, well, okay, so 15 times 6, we can check that's 90, so that's too big. However, 13 times 6 is 78, that's okay. So we have 6 remainder 2 left. Now that means it goes like 8 o'clock and 6 hours. So it's 8 a.m. and 6 hours it would become, okay, so you could say 14 o'clock in 24-hour time, but to find how much time it would be in PM, you would minus that by 12, so you get 2 PM. Now we have the remainder 2, and when we're talking about this is basically the 2 upon 6, 20 upon 60. Since we were dividing by 6 here. So when we have 20 upon 60, that means 20 minutes. So wait, oh sorry, it's not. What? Oh, sorry, I made a mistake here. So there's 13 hours. Oh, okay. So then we get 21. 21 minus 12 is 9 p.m. And then you add the 20 minutes, 9:20 p.m. Therefore, the answer is 9:20 p.m. and it's the delta. Now, the perimeter of the shape below is 28 centimeters. What is the value of x? Okay, so if this is 6 centimeters, you can see that this, and this also adds up to 6 centimeters. And you can say if this is x plus 3 centimeters, and this, and this, they also add up to x plus 3 centimeters. Which means you can multiply both of them by 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. And x plus 3 times 2 is equal to 2x plus 6. So 2x plus 6 plus 12 is equal to the perimeter. You can simplify that by saying 2x plus 18. And anyways, we know the perimeter of the shape below is 28 centimeters from here. So put 28 there, and then 28 minus 18 is 10. You minus both sides by 10, so 2x is 10. And we always have to treat both sides the same, so that the equation will still be equal. So again, we divide both sides by 2. X is 5, which means that when we have x plus 3, well, yeah, basically we find the value of x directly, which is 5. And if you want to check it, you have 6 times 2, 12, and 5 plus 3 is 8. So 8 times 2, 16. 16 plus 12, 28. So therefore, the answer is Vita 5 centimeters. If it holds that 3 diamonds plus 2 circles is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 circles, which of the following is true? Basically, this is the same way. We minus 2 circles on both sides, and it's still equal, which means 3 diamonds is equal to 9 circles. If you count them, it's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So now when we're doing that, basically to find one, it has to say which of the following is true, and then basically it's asking that how much is a diamond. So you divide both sides by 3 to find a diamond, since basically these are both divisible by 3 and there's 3 diamonds here, and we're trying to find 1 diamond, so you divide by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then 3 divided by 3 is 1, obviously. So 1 diamond is equal to 3 circles, thus the answer is gamma. In what order from left to right should the marks multiplication, subtraction, and addition be placed in the boxes in order for the following equality to be true. 2 space 3 space 5 space 7 is equal to 10. Here we're using BODMAS or BIDMAS. For most people here, I think BIDMAS is how they say it. But I don't know. Well, so you could say BODMAS or BIDMAS. I'm gonna use BODMAS in this case. If you're confused, just think of the O as the I. But we don't actually need that because we don't need to use it here. Now, normally we have to just substitute because we don't have like any hints or anything, or you could just work it out by yourself. The answer is alpha because when we have 2 plus 3 times 5 minus 7 is equal to 10. First thing we do is multiplication. So 2 plus 15 minus 7 is equal to 10. Then after that, there's the A and the S. But however, if it's only addition subtraction, it doesn't exactly matter what you do first. You can just go left to right or right to left, whichever way you want. Let's just say we were following BODMAS. So then addition, 17 minus 7, and that's 10. However, if you can do 15 minus 7, that's 12. 2 plus 12. Oh, 15 minus 7 is 8. Sorry, 8. 2 plus 8 is again 10. So basically, either way you do it, when an addition subtraction, any way you do it, you'll always get the same answer. You don't need to use BODMAS. And if it's multiplication and division, then it matters. So therefore, the answer is alpha. The outcome of the expression a half plus a third plus a fourth plus a fifth plus a sixth plus a half plus 2/3 plus 3/4 plus 4/5 plus 5/6 is, the answer is 5, because if you notice, this plus this is a whole. A third plus 2/3 is also a whole, because that makes 3/3. And if in a fraction the numerator and denominator are the same, then that's equal to 1. So a 4 plus 3/4 is 4/4. This 2, and this 2. Basically, if you count the pairs, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. So there's 5 ones. 5 times 1 is obviously 5, since anything times itself is the same number. So therefore, the answer is delta 5. In the figure below, the large square has an area of 64 centimeters squared. The area of the small square is 1/4 the area of the large square. What is the area of the shaded region? Okay, so basically, the large square is the whole square in total. And now a squared, where a is the side of the square, is the area of a square. So if a squared is 64, you root both sides. A is equal to a, which means the sides here are all a. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can do this by using the area of a trapezium, or you could do this by just normally minusing the 2 areas. So first we'll minus the 2 areas since it says the area of the small square is 1/4 of the area of the large square. What is the area of the shaded region? Okay, so 64, 1/4 of 64 is 16. Or basically, you could say 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4, since then you can directly find the rest of the space. So 3/4 of 64 is the same as 64 minus 16, which is 48. So basically, the area of all 4 trapeziums there is 48. Now we can divide by 4, because we know the area of all the trapeziums are equal in this case, which means the area of the shaded region, which is a trapezium, is 12 centimeters squared. We know that all of them are equal because it doesn't exactly tell us, but we can consider that because normally that's how it works. If it doesn't tell us, they're all equal, and it looks like they're equal too. However, again, don't always trust what it says, what the figure says. So basically, this is like the more sure method without you knowing that. Now we are going to use a more sure method with area, so we know the exact area. So we know this is 16, right? The area of this small square is 16. A squared is 16, so A is 4, which means the sides of all of these are 4. Now the area of a trapezium, like the shaded region here, is A, which is the top side, plus B, which is the bottom side, multiplied by H, which is basically the height of the trapezium, and then divided by 2. Okay, we know the top side's 4, the bottom side's 8. But the thing is, we don't know the height. To find the height, let's clear all of this and just have the necessary parts. So this is 4 and this is 8. To find the height, we know all sides are 4. So 8 minus 4 is 4, which means this portion plus this portion is 4. We can say they're equal, these two portions, so we can just do 4 divided by 2 is 2, which means this is 2 centimeters, this is 2 centimeters. And this 2 centimeters actually goes the full height of the trapezium. Therefore, we know that our height is 2 centimeters. So basically, you could just say 2 here. Now we have to do the calculation. So we have 4 plus 8 multiplied by 2 divided by 2. It's lucky that we have 2, because then we can just cancel the 2 with the 2. Since multiplication and division cancel out, and then 4 plus 8 is 12, which means the answer is 12 centimeters squared, which is alpha. A supermarket has an offer on some items that says for every box that you buy, you get the second box for half price. Andreas got 2 boxes and paid 120 euro. The normal price for a box is, well, this is easy basically. If it's saying that you have a box for normal price and then you have half the price, you could say x plus x divided by 2. But to make it even simpler, because fractions are sometimes a bit, complicated, just sometimes, you can just make it multiplication. So you can say the original price is 2x if you're making x the lesser price, like the half the price. So because then you have 2x plus x, and that's 3x. We all know that. So we have 3x is equal to 120, and then we divide both sides by 3x is 40. Then we can do 40 times 2 to find the original price, and that's 80. To find the original price, and that's 80 euro. So we know that the answer is Vita. And I recommend this method better. But anyways, another way you could do it is that, okay, let's just say we have x and x upon 2. Now we can just get it directly, and that's equal to 120. We can say 3x. We can basically say that since x, to have x, this is x upon 1 already. The whole every whole number has a denominator of 1 in fractions. So basically, when we're making it into having a denominator of 2, like an LCM, we can just multiply both sides by 2 and then we add them together. So we know 3x plus 2 is equal to 100. 3x upon 2 is equal to 120. Now what you can do is that actually you can take the divided by 2 to the other side, so it can become multiplication. So 3x is equal to 120 times 2. 3x is equal to 240, and divide 240 by 3x is 80 euro. Simple, right? And basically, again, when you take a number or term to another side of the equation, let's just say there's a left-hand side LHS, the right-hand side RHS. Remember that you taking the sign with it, so the inverse happens for all of the signs. So addition becomes subtraction, subtraction becomes addition, multiplication becomes division, and division becomes multiplication. So, and that's a really handy trick. So, and that can help you a lot. So you should definitely remember that. Now, so the answer is beta. Now, question number 10. What is the biggest difference between two 4-digit numbers that can be created using all the digits of 2017? Now you may be this is easy. You just have to for the bigger number, you just have to say the biggest digit first, and then the largest digit at the end, and the smallest digit at the end. So the largest digit 7 is first, then we have 2, 1, 0. Basically it's like that, it's the biggest, right? So, and then we do the opposite for the other numbers. So okay, think about what the number is going to be if we do the opposite. Smallest first and then biggest last. You can pause the video to think. And okay, or I can give you like some 10 seconds. Have you done it yet? Oh, have you done it yet? It's pretty easy, right? Okay, so let's see. There's 2 different options you can actually go for. Like, if we know the smallest one is 0, so then we have 0, 1, 2, 7. So you think that would be correct, right? It's wrong actually, because we have to have all of the digits being shown, and if the 0's at the start, that means that the 0 basically doesn't exist. We can't see it, and you can just write it as 127, which is something we're not trying to do. So we can start with 1, then put the 0, and then put the 0, 2, 7. So if you said 1027, congratulations, you did it correct. So then 10 minus 7 is 3. Yeah, and we minus them because it's asking the difference between it's asking the biggest difference. The reason why we got the biggest number, the smallest number to make the biggest difference is that if we have the biggest number and then we minus it by the smallest number possible, you will get the biggest difference possible. In the same way, basically, if you get a small number and then you get an even smaller number, you might get the smallest difference possible somehow. Basically, you have to do that by getting the smallest number and the second smallest number and then minusing them together. That would work. But anyways, that's not what the question's saying, and therefore the answer is eta 6183. Question number 11. The measure of angle A is what? Now basically, we know of the angle of a full circle is 360. If we do 360 minus 140, we get 220 degrees. And since these two angles both have the same variable, that's signifying that they're equal, which means you can do 220 divided by 2 is 110. And easily, you get the answer as 110 degrees, which is alpha. You basically just have to know the rules. So here, the rule that you had to know is that 360 degrees is a full circle is 360 degrees. Pretty simple, right? Okay, let us continue. Now, question number 12. If x is bigger than 5, then which of the following numbers is the smallest? Now, let's see. If we have now there's a rule to most of fractions, like all of fractions. Now, if we have the same numerator, like say x upon y and x upon z, if y has a smaller denominator, then it's a bigger fraction. And z, the more smaller if y has a smaller number for the denominator, that's the more bigger it is. And if z has a bigger denominator, that's the more smaller it is. Okay, let's just think. Okay, let's say you had a cake. And then you have 1 upon 3. So you would cut it into 3 pieces. See how much space it covers? Right. But now let's say it's 1 upon 5. So you get this much of a piece. But let's say it's 1 upon 5. Now you divide it into 5 pieces. Do you realize that your piece becomes much less? Okay, that wasn't exactly as equal. Okay, that's as equal. I think I can try to make it. Yeah, but basically, can you see how smaller it is now? That's because that the denominator has become a bigger number, which means the piece is going to be less, because you're dividing more pieces out of something. Here's the cake. And if we had like 1 upon 1,000, we have to make 1,000 pieces, and that would be like basically this much. A lot. It would just be like this much, maybe even less. So basically that. Now I hope you understand that now. So when you look at this, if x is bigger than 5, let's just say x is x, because this kind of works for everything. X is bigger than 5, then we have a decent denominator here. It's a normal fraction, not improper. But then if we have x plus 1, then it will be lesser than alpha, and this will be bigger than alpha. So far beta is our smallest. And now it says that x is bigger than 5. So for delta, that means this is over 1. So this is so far the biggest. But then again, there's another bigger one because we have x plus 1. Now x plus 1 is basically like bigger than 5 again. So, but even more bigger. So it would be even bigger still. And beta would be the smallest. Let's just say with like normal numbers. Like just say 6. See? 5 upon 6. Decent fraction. 5 upon 7 is even smaller since the denominator denominator's number has increased. This is even bigger than the first option. Gamma is even bigger than alpha because now the denominator's number has decreased. Here it's 6 upon 5, which is even bigger. And then we have 7 upon 5, which is even bigger. So therefore the answer is beta 5 upon x plus 1. Okay. How many squares of side 1 centimeter does the next shape in the order have? You have 1, 3, then 6, then 10, then 15. Now look at the difference. Like first it's plus 2, then it's plus 3, then it's plus 4, then it's plus 5. So the difference is not fixed, like a arithmetical sequence. It's a geometric sequence, which means that the differences change according to a certain rule sometimes. So here the rule is that the difference is increasing by 1 each time. And you can see that by, look, after you have the square is still there, but then you add a column of 2 squares, then there's add a column of 3 squares, then 4, then 5. Makes sense, right? So now it says, how many squares of side 1 centimeter does the next shape in the order have? Well, it's lucky that we already know the pattern, otherwise we had to make like a formula or an equation to find out if it wasn't like the next. If it wasn't the next consecutive one, then we would have to make, like, let's say it was asking for the 20th. We'd have to make a formula to find this, like to find a formula so we could find the value. But here it's just the next consecutive one. Since we know it's becoming plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, our next one is plus 6, which means that that's 21. So 21 is the next one, and therefore the answer is eta 21. Question number 14. Zenon has 4 boxes. He placed 64 balls in box A. Then he proceeded with the following steps. So please have the balls from A to B, alpha, beta. So if there's 64 already in alpha, that means 32 would go here and 32 would go here. Place half the balls from beta to gamma. Half of 32 is 16, so 16 and 16. And place all the balls from alpha to delta. So there are no more balls here. And there are 32 balls here now. Place half the balls from gamma to alpha. So now, no, sorry. Yeah, beta to gamma. I missed something. Sorry. Okay, wait, let's start again. So since alpha is 64, then we have it 32 and 32. Half the balls from beta to gamma. So 16 and 16. Half the balls from alpha to gamma. So there'd be 16 here, and there'd be 32 here now. Place all the balls from alpha to delta. So there's no more here, and 16 will go here. And now place half the balls from gamma to alpha. So there'd be 16 here, 16 here, 16 here, and 16 here. So basically, which box contains the most balls? Since we got all of them are 16, we can say the answer is option number eta. All have the same number. They all have the same number. Now, question number 15. A refrigerator costs for tradesman €800. The tradesman lists a retail price with 25% profit on the cost. During the sales season, he lists a price with a discount of 25% on the retail price. The final price of the refrigerator is what? So basically, a retail price profit is basically like you're increasing the price by 25%. That's what it's saying. So since 25% is a quarter, we do 800 divided by 4, which is 200, and then 800 plus 200 is 1,000. Now it says for a discount of 25%, which means it's less. So 1,000 divided by 25% of 1,000 is 250. So 1,000 minus 250 is 750. So €750. However, there's another way to do this using an equation. Minus x squared divided by 100. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yes, so basically, x here is like, this is only used when the profit and the discount are equal. Here they're both 25%, so they're equal. So we have to write x as the 25. So minus 25 squared upon 100. 25 squared is 625, so minus 625 upon 100 minus 6.25. Now we know basically that since €100 has a discount, €100 gets a discount of €6.25. Then you multiply by 8. So 6.25 times 8 is 50. So 800 would have a €50 discount when you get that. So with this equation, we just basically found that how much discount there would be in the next price. So now it's minus €50. So €800 minus €50 is €750. It's €750, which means that the answer is €750 again, and the answer is beta. Now, a solid wooden cube with side 10 centimeters will be cut into cubes with side 3 centimeters each. What is the maximum number of 3 centimeter side cubes that can be created? Okay, so if they're 3 centimeter side cubes, basically what we can do is we can do the nearest multiple of 3 to 10. 3 times 3 is 9, which means there's 3 cubes that can go that can be cut from the edge of the cube. So like this. And then basically, since cubes have the same dimensions for everything, it's 3 by 3 by 3, which is 27. We can get 27 cubes since when each cube is 27. Well, because since you can fit another 3 cubes on this edge, and you can fit another 3 cubes on this edge, and it goes on like that. Basically, that means that for a whole side you can fit on 9 cubes, and then there'll be 3 layers of that because the length here would be 3. So 27 cubes in total can be fitted, but there will be some wood left. So the answer is Vita. Now, question number 17. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and delta, eta, gamma, zeta are squares with delta, eta as 3 centimeters. Find the area of the shaded polygon alpha, beta, gamma, zeta, delta, alpha. We actually covered this question before, but I'll say it again. So delta, eta is 3 centimeters, which and they're squares, which means this is 3 centimeters, this is 3, this is 3, basically. And now the area 3 squared is 9. Since the area of a square is a squared, and where is a side, 3 squares are 9. So the area of this is 9, but this is bisected. The square's cut in half. It's bisected. So 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, which means this side, this point, and this point is 4.5. Now, if you notice, they can be bisected too. They can be bisected too, like into the same triangles that this square was cut into. So basically, we know that this is 4.5, this is 1.5, this is 1.5, and we're just trying to find the area of the shade part. So there's 3 triangles of 4.5 area, and we have 13.5. Therefore, the answer is 13.5 centimeters squared, and it's gamma. Now, Andrew will rotate the image below by 90 degrees clockwise. What is the outcome of the rotation? Well, eta is definitely wrong, because when you do 90 degrees, the square will still look the same, just the inside will be different. Like the pattern there will be different. This is 45 degrees basically, so that's wrong. This is 180 degrees. It's also wrong. And this is 270 degrees clockwise or 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Either way. Gamma, we said that's correct, and delta is basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing, just it looks like a mirror image now. If you notice that they're facing this way, now in this option they're facing this way. So anyways, that's not supposed to change. But if you look at gamma, it's perfectly like that. If you look sideways, it's perfectly the same. So there, it's just 90 degrees clockwise now, like it said. So basically, the answer is gamma. Each of the letters alpha, beta, gamma, and delta will be replaced by one of the numbers 1, 4, 5, and 6. There's a different digit for each letter. What is the maximum possible value of the expression alpha plus 1 beta plus gamma delta? Now to find this, basically, the biggest fractions go like this. So alpha should be the biggest whole, so we can say 6 is there, and then 1 upon the biggest fraction. So we can say we can say 1 upon 4. But it's not but 1 upon 4 is the smallest number here, because then we can just we can just but actually it's not the smallest, but it's the most perfect one, because then we can just put the 1 as delta here and put the 5 here, and you get 11 1 upon 4. That is how it works basically. But yeah, that's basically how it works. And then you get 11 1 upon 4, because we have the smallest one here, and then we have 6, and then we have 5 upon 1. So therefore we get 11 1 upon 4, and since that's the biggest option, we go with eta. So it's as easy as that, right? So basically get the biggest whole number, and we're not going to use 1 for the 1 upon veta, because we can put that as delta, then put the next biggest whole number, so we can get another whole as 5. 6 plus 5 is 11, and then we can add the remaining 4, which is the biggest denominator that can work, the second smallest denominator, and we can put 1 upon 4, which is also big, so you get 11 1 upon 4. So again, eta is correct. That's the answer. Question number 20. For the year 2017, the sum of the unit digit and the tens digit is 4 times the thousandth digit. Find how many years between 2000 and 2100 have the same property. So basically, to find this property, you have to look at it. So 2007, the sum of the unit digit and the tens digit is 4 times the thousandth digit. The thousand digit is 2, which means the sum has to be 8 always, since 2 times 4 is 8. And this is also one of the years in between 2000 to 2100. So that means basically we can say 2008 first, since it's, and then we can just go through the sums of 8. So 2017, 20, and then we have 2025, 2034, 2043, 2052, sorry, I went to 7 already. 2017, 2026, 2035, 2044, 2053, 2062, 2071, and 2080. After that, that's all of the sums of 8, and after that you can't go any further. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Therefore the answer is delta 9. Question number 21. In how many zeros does the following product end? 1. It's as simple as that, because when you're ending with it, you just focus on the digit numbers. Now, to find a 0, the only way you can make 0 is when you're multiplying by 0. But here there's no 0, but we have a 5. And any even number which is a multiple of 5, it always ends in 0. Basically, even number and ends in 5, and multiple of 5 ends in 0. Basically, you know it's an even number when it's multiplying by an even number itself, like 2, 4, or 8. If it's a multiple of 8, every multiple of 8 has to be even, which means, yeah, we know it's even and it ends in 0. So we need the 5, and then we have the 4 and the 2. Either way, we get a 0. However, you can't just do 5 times 4 and 5 times 2 and get 2 zeros. That's wrong. Because once you use the 5, you can't do it again. We're only doing unit digits. So you can just say 5 times 4 or 5 times 2. And that's all. Therefore, the answer is 1 0. There's only 1 0 possible in this product. Now, question number 22. The digits 0, 1, and 2 are given. What is the sum of all 3 digit numbers with distinct digits that can be created with these digits? Okay, so all 3 digit numbers. So we're not saying 0, 1, 2. Definitely not. We can just go from the biggest to the smallest, since that's how column methods are normally written. So 2, 1, 0, then 2, 0, 1, and put the addition sign here. 1 2 0, then 1 0 2. Now basically we add them together, and it actually you don't need a trick to do any of this, because we know that the last unit digit is going to end in 1 or 2, and then the others would be zeros. It's the same for the second one, and then for the hundreds digit, it's the same for the tens digit, but for the hundreds digit, we know that it will end in 1 2 times and end in 2 2 times, because we have two possibilities for it starting in 2, and two possibilities for it starting in 1, and those are the 2 and 1. So you can directly get 633 like that. So the answer is alpha 633. Abraham joined 3 matches and constructed an equilateral triangle. What is the smallest possible number of matches needed to construct 4 equilateral triangles equal to the initial? Okay, so this is the smallest, 6. Okay, let's see. So we have 1 here. We can make 2 here, and we have 1 here. So, and then we can share that line with another triangle. So, and that's basically it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. We put 4 matches like a square. And when you make a square, you can actually make some equilateral triangles like this sometimes, if you do it at least properly. Then you can basically put 1 match here and 1 match here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 matches are possible. Or well, this is the only way basically to get 6 matches. You can get less than that. 5 is basically impossible. Okay. Question number 24. For x is unequal to 0, yeah, basically this x in brackets is defined as x in brackets is equal to x divided by x plus 2 plus 1 upon x. The value of 3 in brackets is, okay, so we have 3 upon 3 plus 2, 5, plus 1 upon 3. The LCM is 15, definitely, and that's the first common multiple you can get. So 5 times 3 is 15, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 5 is 15, so 1 times 5 is 5, 9 plus 5 is 14 upon 15. So you get the answer is delta 14 upon 15. Now the last and final question. The figure below presents a number of scales. The mass of each shape has an integer value. Each shape always has the same weight. What is the maximum possible mass of the diamond if the weight of the heart is 20 kilograms and the weight of the circle is 5 kilograms? Okay, so we know that this is 20, this is 5. The most easiest shortcut is that since all of them are balanced, you can check this and then you check this. The thing is, they're actually slightly different. Just slightly different by 1 centimeter. So you can say this is 4, and already you got the answer. Because it's the maximum possible mass is 4. Because when you look at them lined up, because all of them have to be corresponding. This is a scale. If the circle is a bit higher than the the diamond, which is a bit lower, then that means that the diamond has to be at least lower. So the maximum possible one is 4. And that's Vita. So therefore the answer is Vita 4. It's as easy as that. You only have to focus on that. That is the only way. Otherwise you might think that all of them are possible and go for Vita. Just look at how they're balanced. That is the most important part. Look at how they're balanced. Wait, oh sorry. I think I put it in the wrong place. Yeah, wait. So it's here. That's here. Since it's more down, no wait, in a way 5 is a bit more down, or you'd say it's a bit more up. Either way, it means that it's heavier in a way. So therefore the answer is Vita 4. Okay, because it's the lowest amount, it's the nearest lowest number to 5. And that's the end of the paper. Okay, thank you everyone for listening, and please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'm gonna make new videos every day, and ring that notification bell so you can get notifications on them. Leave a comment down below, and if you like this video and any suggestions you would like to make for all of these videos, we'll take into consideration. So thank you, and please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and goodbye.